All right, welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to talk about something really interesting, how the timing of your exercise can create a powerful ripple effect throughout your entire day. We're talking everything from your focus in class to how well you sleep at night. So the main idea for today is this thing called the ripple effect. It's pretty simple, really. It just means that a workout doesn't just happen and then it's over. The effects of it spread out, kind of like ripples in a pond, and they touch almost every other part of your day. So, what does this ripple effect actually look like? How does it show up? Let's dive into the first section of your workbook and really break it down. On your page, you should see this list right at the top. After you exercise, you might notice some big changes in your energy levels, for sure, but also in your hunger, how well you can focus, your general mood, and even how well you sleep later that night. These are the main areas those ripples touch. Okay, so the first question in your workbook asks you to put this in your own words. To kind of get you started, think of it this way. A workout changes how you feel physically, right? Well, that can then change what you feel like eating, how ready you are to tackle a tough study session, or how easily you doze off at night.
Go ahead and pause here. Take a moment to write down your own definition in that first section of your workbook.
Okay, now that we've got the basic idea down, let's talk about timing. This is super important. The ripple effect is personal. How your body responds to exercise and when you do it is totally unique to you.
For example, let's think about working out in the evening. For some people, a little movement at night is calming. It helps them unwind and sleep better. But for others, especially after a really intense workout, they feel totally energized, almost wired, and that can make it a lot harder to fall asleep. In section 2 of your workbook, I want you to circle the one that sounds most like you.
And the next question asks you to think about this a little more. What else do you notice after you exercise in the evening? Think about things like your energy, your hunger, your mood, or if you feel kind of restless. Go ahead and pause the video now to write down your observation. This brings us to another really key piece of this ripple effect, the connection between your workout, the fuel you give your body, and your ability to focus. After a hard workout, refueling isn't just about your muscles. It is absolutely crucial for your brain. You know that feeling when your brain just feels foggy? Or you're feeling kind of flat or even irritable? A lot of times that's what happens if you have a tough workout and you don't refuel. Your brain, just like your muscles, needs energy to work properly. When you burn through all that energy and don't replace it, your brain's performance drops and it gets really, really hard to concentrate. And that leads us right to the question in section 3. If you try to jump straight from a hard workout into studying without refueling, your brain just doesn't have the steady energy it needs for that deep concentration. It's kind of like trying to drive a car with an empty gas tank. The study session is going to feel way harder than it needs to. Take a moment to pause here. So, if you can't just jump right into studying, what's the best plan? Well, this brings us to a really practical strategy. We're going to call it a post-workout reset. It's all about creating a smart transition from your workout to your schoolwork. Now, you might be tempted to just power through and get right to your desk, but the most effective order is this one right here. You finish your hard workout, then you refuel with some food and water. After that, you take a short reset. This could be a quick shower or even just a few minutes of quiet. And then, and only then, do you sit down for that deep study session. This little sequence gives your body and brain exactly what they need to switch gears. Now, based on what we just talked about, have a look at your workbook and write down the sequence that you plan to try for yourself. Okay, we've gone through the concepts. Now it is time to actually put this into practice. Let's move to the Apply It section of your workbook, where you're going to design a real, concrete plan for this week. For your plan, you're just going to answer these questions. Start by picking one type of workout you'll do this week. Then, decide when you'll do it, what you're going to eat or drink afterward to refuel, and then what you'll do next. The whole goal here is to plan for the ripple effect instead of just being surprised by it. Please pause right here and fill out that Apply It section with your own personal plan. Now, let's check out the systems model connection question. Choosing a consistent time for exercise helps because it creates predictability, and that reduces something called decision fatigue. When exercise just becomes an expected part of your routine, you don't have to waste mental energy every day debating it. Your body also learns what to expect, which helps your energy, hunger, and sleep patterns stay a lot more stable. And finally, a reflection question. Based on everything we've talked about, what is just one small timing change you could make this week that might improve either your focus or your sleep? Try to be specific about what you'll test out. So, to bring this all together, your workouts create a ripple effect, no doubt. But by understanding your own personal timing, refueling the right way, and using that post-workout reset, you can actually manage that ripple and make it work for you. Planning ahead is really the key.
All right, now go ahead and finish up any remaining parts of the Lesson 8.4 page in your workbook. Next time, we'll move into Unit 9, where we'll build a sleep system to help your brain reset for the next day.